What's going on, everyone? And welcome back. If you've just started playing Project Ascension, Conquest of Azeroth, or you're getting ready to level your second or even third character, you've probably asked yourself one question. What's the fastest way to level? With over 20 new classes and nearly 70 specializations, leveling in Conquest of Azeroth can feel completely different depending on what class you're playing. Some players hit higher levels in what feels like no time at all, while others spend hours grinding with barely any progress. The good news? A lot of that comes down to your approach, not just your class. In today's guide, I'm going to share the biggest leveling tips that can save you hours on your journey to max level. We'll cover everything from choosing the right class and talents to dungeon queues, questing efficiency, gear upgrades, and some mistakes that slow down almost every new player. So if your goal is to hit max level as quickly as possible, let's get started. Tip number 1. Choose the right class for leveling. Before you even kill your first enemy, you're already making one of the biggest decisions that affects your leveling speed. Your class. Now, that doesn't mean you need to re-roll just because your favorite spec isn't considered S tier. Almost every class can level successfully, but some classes simply have a much easier time doing it. The biggest thing I recommend is choosing a class that has access to a tank specialization. Why? Because tanks can pull huge groups of enemies without dying. Instead of fighting 1 or 2 mobs, you're gathering 8, 10, sometimes even 20 enemies before wiping them out together. That dramatically increases your experience per minute. Even if your end goal is playing DPS, leveling as a tank before switching later is often one of the fastest strategies available. If tanking isn't your thing, don't worry. Classes with strong AoE damage and good self-healing are also excellent leveling choices because they spend less time eating, recovering, or running back after dying. Tip number 2. Don't fight one enemy at a time. This is probably the biggest mistake new players make. They approach Conquest of Azeroth exactly like they would a traditional MMO. Pull one enemy, kill it, loot, move on, repeat. That's incredibly slow. Instead, start thinking about efficiency. Can your class safely fight 3 enemies? Pull 3. Can it survive 6? Pull 6. If you're playing a durable class, experiment with larger pulls until you find your comfort zone. The less downtime between fights, the faster you'll level. Just remember, dying resets all that progress. Finding the balance between speed and safety is much more important than constantly trying to make enormous pulls. Tip number 3. Complete quests efficiently. Questing is still one of the best sources of experience, but many players waste a surprising amount of time doing it inefficiently. Instead of running back and forth across the same zone multiple times, accept every nearby quest before leaving town. Open your map, plan a route, complete objectives that overlap, turn everything in together. That simple habit saves an incredible amount of travel time. Also, don't get distracted. It's very easy to chase random rare mobs, explore unnecessary locations, or spend 20 minutes organizing your inventory. Stay focused on your leveling route. Every minute spent doing something unrelated is a minute you're not earning experience. Tip number 4. Upgrade your gear, but don't obsess over it. One mistake I see all the time is players spending way too much time chasing perfect gear while leveling. Honestly, it's usually not worth it. You'll replace most of your equipment within a few levels anyway. Instead, only upgrade pieces that provide meaningful improvements. If a weapon gives you significantly more damage, take it. If a piece of armor dramatically increases your survivability, equip it. But don't spend hours farming a single item that's going to be replaced 10 levels later. Save that effort for endgame. Tip number 5. Queue for dungeons when it makes sense. Dungeons can provide excellent experience, especially if you're playing a tank or healer with faster queue times. Not only do you earn experience from killing enemies, you also receive quest rewards, better gear, and valuable practice learning your class. That said, don't spend 30 minutes waiting in a queue as a DPS if you could have earned far more experience simply continuing your quests. Use dungeon queues intelligently. Quest while you wait. That way you're always making progress. Never just stand around in town doing nothing. Tip number 6. Learn your rotation early. This might sound obvious, but you'd be surprised how many players reach higher levels without really understanding their class. Take a few minutes every time you unlock new abilities. Read what they actually do. Experiment. Figure out which abilities work well together. A proper rotation means enemies die faster. You take less damage. You spend less time recovering. That translates directly into faster leveling. The sooner you understand your class, the smoother the entire leveling process becomes. Tip number 7. Don't ignore utility abilities. When players unlock new abilities, they usually focus on damage first. Understandably, but utility skills often save even more time. Movement abilities, crowd control, self-healing, escape tools, interrupts. These abilities prevent deaths, reduce downtime, and help you handle situations that would otherwise slow you down. Sometimes surviving a difficult pull is worth far more than gaining another damage spell. Tip number 8. Manage your inventory. Nobody enjoys inventory management, but constantly running out of bag space wastes a shocking amount of time. Sell junk whenever you pass through town. Repair your gear. Organize your bags. Keep useful consumables somewhere easy to reach. Small habits like these keep you moving instead of stopping every 20 minutes because your inventory is completely full. Tip number 9. Play with other people. MMOs are almost always faster with friends. Group quests become easier. Elite enemies die quicker. Dungeon queues improve. You spend less time recovering between fights. Even if you're someone who usually prefers playing solo, joining a guild or leveling alongside another player can significantly speed things up. Plus, it's simply more fun. Tip number 10. Don't rush so much that you burn out. This might sound strange coming from a leveling guide, but don't become so obsessed with speed that you stop enjoying the game. Conquest of Azeroth has a lot to offer. Interesting classes, unique mechanics, great world design. Yes, getting to max level is exciting, but don't feel like you're falling behind just because someone reached max level before you. Enjoy experimenting with your class. Learn your abilities. Try different builds. The endgame will still be there when you arrive. Final thoughts. So if I had to summarize everything into just a few key tips, it would be this. Choose a class that's comfortable for leveling. Pull multiple enemies whenever it's safe. Plan your quest routes efficiently. Keep moving. Don't waste time chasing temporary gear upgrades. Learn your class early, and always be doing something that earns experience. If you follow those principles, you'll reach max level much faster than the average player without making the experience feel like a grind. As Conquest of Azeroth continues to evolve, new strategies and faster leveling methods will almost certainly be discovered, so I'll be sure to make updated guides as the game changes. If this video helped you out, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more Conquest of Azeroth guides, class breakdowns, tier lists, builds, and in-game content. And before you go, let me know down in the comments. What class are you leveling first, and how has your experience been so far? Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.